Eras, you should use Lunar. Eras, you should use Bad Lion. Is your launcher capable of this? I didn't think so. Hey everyone, it's Erasmian and welcome back to another episode of HPK Rankups, Alpha Rankups Completion. Today, we're going to be tackling Rankup 5. Let's see how many Rankups we can do before the server closes. Whee! First couple of jumps are pretty straightforward. Oh, leg spike. Bad server ban. So usually head hitting at the edge is particularly important. Why are there so many leg spikes, bro? The server is down for maintenance in more than one way. But yeah, with that one you want to kind of like skirt around and strafe to the ladder and hit crouch. But needless to say, these the rank ups here on the HPK network, you can tell that they have a lot of OJer influence. With this one, you want to bounce twice before trying to hit it. This is another head hitter moment. It's pretty free because you do have that jump there, but I kind of like to strafe around this. And it's a Neo. Yeah, again, head hitter timing is pretty good for getting the Neo to be consistent and continual. It's a matter of practice and a lot of time and a lot of effort. It took me a really long time to learn how to do single Neos consistently. I can do them pretty consistently right now. I have like about I think a 60 or 70% chance completion, which shush, it is a good, again, that is a good percentage, shut up. But for this one, this jump here, normally people are want to, you know, oh, I want to hit it on the edge here. Let's do HPK, practice that. And never mind, you know, moot point, but most people want to like, man, I'm really not helping out my case here. But effectively, I found that the best way to get it consistently in is to give it a bit of sprint jump so that you can have enough momentum to clear once you hit the slime, to clear into the building and continue forwards. And then after stepping on the poor receptionist desk, we continue here. It's all very beautiful builds, but you can tell between servers the rank up style is considerably different than, like, say for say that one you want to, you know, I tried to change it because I'm trying to, you know, be cheeky and whatever, because I've done this kind of a rank up before, but head hitter and Pessy are your best friends in this scenario. To the plant, so you want to hit that slime over here, catch the ladder. You can catch that sort of thing here. Again, look up, look before you leap and all that. So for this case, you want to, you know, just slightly hop over that way. You can run this and you want to turn in so that way you can catch the slab at the bottom. People want you to try and go to the ladder here, but I've found that this is considerably easier. You can just hop around to the corner and make it that way. There's people who like to, you know, hit this particular ladder. See, that's the ladder we want to try and hit. Usually I like to line it up over here. I'll be right back. Don't fall. CEO of Helpful. Weirdly enough, CEO of Helpful was one of the first messages I saw while logging onto the Parkour Central Discord for the first time when I was starting to, you know, only recently seriously get into Minecraft parkour. Kind of just to, so we want to hit that and then try and hit that edge as much of the edge as possible and then kind of just turn around. Head hitter this and turn at about the same time and do something similar for this. And then parkour up to this and move up to this and fall to the ground and die. It is a pretty interesting community, this whole one jump thing. It's obviously composed of a lot of newer players who live for the thrill of the really precise. They come from a lot of communities where they play stuff like Celeste, Geometry Dash, and other games that require a lot of really precise inputs. Osu is a big one. So it's interesting to, you know, see how these communities, which, you know, are focused on these kinds of really high precision games and skill, and in terms of like precise inputs, precise turns, just come together to, you know, make Minecraft a whole, like a completely different game. It's sometimes the laughing stock of the community because these one jumpers tend to be, you know, younger and that sort of thing, and they, as a result, get clowned on a lot for their age. But honestly, we have to give one jumpers at least some credit. Even if like rank up may be the most preferred game mode, one jumpers have done quite a bit for the community in terms of finding out strats, crushing specific jumps that were deemed impossible at some points, and just in general also being like, especially higher level players, there's some toxicity, yes, but that again is also the case with a lot of rank up in particular. Like granted, every section of some community has some toxicity, but if I have a bit of a, you know, one jump duel, you know, commentary recorded from when Hungtik did the first like commentary that I joined on the HPK Discord. And that, like, when I stuck around and like with proper commentary, like you can make just about anything really particularly interesting. It's kind of like an esport all on its own, seeing who wants to, you know, who has like a precise jump that they have to make and who has a this or a that. It's a really interesting thing, this one jump, and it gets too much hate, too much undeserved hate in my opinion. And yes, this is me totally glazing them and not being genuine in any way whatsoever, because, oh, one jump, ew. No, I'm being very genuine, and yeah, talking to a lot of OJers, lots of OJers, especially if you're willing to like put in the time and work instead of just come in, laugh at them and leave. you can learn quite a bit from people who play a lot of one jump. That looks like a Blueberry 99 alt, so you know that'll be fun to say hi to. Or maybe it's, you know, fan accounts. There's a weird thing that sometimes happens in the parkour community where like really prodigious players get people who not only like copy their, like want to be like them, but also like mirror their IGNs after them, which results in really funny things. Like there was a kind of a legendary player in the community that kind of vanished out of nowhere. Well, came in like around 2016, 2017, demolished and completely like redefined the parkour genre, stating that some jumps that were originally deemed impossible were totally doable and just had this seemingly innate parkour skill. And this player's name is Cairo, and I'll link the Cairo's YouTube channel into this video whenever that happens to come out, so as to, you know, show you the extent of this player's ability. And this player is actually an inspiration for quite a few players in the community that were pretty prodigious, especially it seems Entity Wolf, granted just in general, but Entity Wolf in particular, quotes Cairo being a humongous inspiration for him to get better at parkour. So it's very interesting to see how this whole thing has fleshed itself out. So there we go. In my perusing with the control schemes and all that, I found that the sprint key or the crouch key is given priority in terms of like input. So make of that what you will, but I found it to be a pretty useful tip. I found that for especially making these round the corner ones, especially for like iron bars or that kind of thing, there's a big focus on the quicker turns. With this one in particular, again, very focused on that, getting that exact edge so that you can then head hitter it. I think you can just move this one about. You do want to watch out, and again, because in this case, you might hit your head if you go up here this way. You want to angle it out so that you meet up with a corner there. So that's and again, something like that. Fail safe. This arcade room is interesting, but you can just go down here. Normally it'd have you climb up all the way up that way and that sort of thing, but you can and then angle it up. You want to also work on your neos, single neos, or important thing in this section of the parkour. Ever since binding my sprint key to my mouse 1, I don't know. I feel like I've been doing that. Watch out for this live dead hole. You can skip up to the rest of the part, but you do not want to fall into that live dead hole. And then jump up with head hitter momentum. And then momentum from under the pane. You basically want to crouch underneath and kind of like do the normal momentum to kind of just like line it. Usually like you can line it up with like a block or something like that. Here, head hitter again. You can usually make that pretty consistently. Took me a bit of practice in particular to get that jump right. You want to snake around for that ender chest. Hit up this. Don't hit crouch too early like I did. I'll be back. Because you can just prac. I'll be back. I guess in one sense I'll just talk about like the strengths of each parkour like community sub-genres like community. So I see a lot of like OJers who, while they may struggle sometimes with like consistency and whatnot and maintaining general like a general like endurance, if you will, for parkour, they know how to calculate stuff for jumps and like no other person I've ever seen. They crush the department of securing like that super tough looking jump and then just completely destroying it. Like eating it up with coordinates, strats, keyboard inputs, the lot. It's properly insane to watch this kind of people work on it. But then again, like I've mentioned, Rankup does... It's again that endurance test. That test of how long you're willing to put up with a bullshit jump. And then doing everything else back to the start. Kind of like what I'm doing right now with this stupid ass jump. Or, you know, getting sent back a significant chunk of your, you know, progress being gone, so. Each one has its strengths, each one has its weaknesses. The more established ones will always clown on the less established ones. That's, you know, something as old as time itself, and something that's just, you know, always going to be present in humanity, regardless of what the subject might happen to be. Finally made it. And here, try not to hit shift. That was my mistake from last time, was hitting shift a little too early. So as a result, head hitter this one while you're sprinting. This one you can Pessy pretty reliably, so bam. I think you can also Pessy this one. Yep, you can definitely Pessy this one if you so desire. I think you don't even like need to properly like head hitter that at all. So don't sprint for this one, but do the same timing as you would for that like jump that you saw over at the beginning. Fail, back to room 1. With this one, I think you can just watch your head. So sprint, jump, you'll hit your head, but if you... I'll be back. Catch the ladder. Turn in, jump here. Here we go. You want to kind of hit it at a diagonal so you don't run into this middle post, and then when you get to here, you want to turn and keep that, you know, and hit that crouch or sneak whenever, like as late as you possibly can. See that with this particular jump, you want to go at it like this and then try and hit it from the farthest, so that way you can conserve your momentum at its max. So here we go. So if you like walk it over here, it's pretty straightforward. You don't even have to really head hitter this. You just have to avoid hitting the corner, go to the lanterns. See, this one is also pretty interesting because it seems pretty free, but you want to make sure you're angling it plenty so that you have enough room to not collide again. And this is similar in a way to, you know, these kinds of jumps where you have to be careful with how you head it, because the hitbox kind of messes with the timing. And it is, you know, relatively high pressure because you could fall all the way back to floor 1. However, I think with this one, we're good. Yep, golden. And now we jump into here. Squid. Anyways, jump up over here. Kind of in the middle, and you want to kind of like turn in like that. I like to do a sweeping turn into that along, combined with the strafe to get this jump right. It takes a bit of practice, but there we go, kind of like that. And since you can't really, it's pretty fail-safe. You have this cobble wall here protecting you. You can just Pessy up to this, the ladder, and then over to the fences, and then from the fences to the concrete fences, and just jump up like that. Hey, yo, with the soup. And then kind of just strafe around that, and into the hole, but not too much. Again, into the hole. There we go. See, you want to hit it like high up and not high to the point where you can't even conserve any front-facing momentum. So up we go. This is just a matter of getting the timings right. Usually, yeah, you want to chain these. You can definitely like do them one at a time, but it is easier to get. This one I sometimes like have to strafe around it and stop on that block. But then you want to go up here. Something similar with what we did with the other jump, kind of like that, except don't fall off. Momentum, this is pretty free, a 3+1. So, and that's the tricky one. You have to also pull something kind of like here. Hey yo, see that? See, like sometimes you get like these like jump scare notifications when someone completes I think it's a difficulty 9 jump or higher. And usually like the chat just spams GG, GG, GG. There we go, here we go. So once we've made that jump, see, now this resembles pretty much exactly that same Neo that we had to do to get into that water pool section. You might want to practice this one at least like once or twice in order to get it down pat. Usually it's what I like to do is, aside from head hitter timing, I want to usually like turn it in. So here goes nothing. Bam! Here we go. And I think I want the head hitter this one too, even if it's a little bit more free. You want to catch the ladder, like there's a certain angle that you got to catch it by. And then you kind of turn it, like you swerve around, and from there, you're at sky. Good luck. And again, I don't know, I like to approach these jumps kind of like that. Don't hit the cobble walls. I'll practice this one to kind of just get an idea. Yeah, you can essentially just strafe it like that. And you... I wasn't even planning on recording parts of this, but there was just the funniest hacker that has joined called Righty45er. Haters will say he's fake, but he just joined and started doing a ton of like D10 completion jumps and D9s and other really, really hard jumps. Just out of the blue. It was the funniest thing ever. And it's just non-stop like sounds of like the Ender Dragon dying like for a solid like 2 minutes straight. It was the funniest thing. They're still, I think they're still online. Yeah, it's Righty45 up there. They're legit. They just have a good gaming share. I just had to record it. This is the funniest thing. I told them to get the Senta triple Neo tag while his luck is still, crazy good. Uh-oh, he's awfully quiet now. Seems as he's found out that I've started recording. This poor receptionist, I've walked on their desk so many times now. Sorry, excuse me. Excuse me, sorry.
Bro, just get good at parkour.
No, I will walk on your desk again. Oh, I'm back. And there he is. There he is again. He's just completing all these. That's the cheater in act. I mean, sorry, the legitimate player in action. Just comes in and starts. He's not even trying to hide it anymore. Not even trying to hide it. It's amazing. This is a legitimate player. And here we go. Hacker give me strength. Yes! It was the hacker. He gave me his power. This is truly a historic moment of all time. And with these ones, we can chain it. So I'll still practice it because, you know, you still gotta work through the nerves. But yeah, I know this is free. I can do this. There we go. Bam. And just like that, a whole rank up completed. You can't even see the logo, but this was truly a way to complete the last rank, the Rankup V. The funniest hacker to ever exist. That was another episode, y'all, of Rankups, Alpha Rankups on the HPK network server, featuring the most legit hacker ever known to man. You know, typical, you know, one jump king, one in a lifetime, the one and only Cairo, you know, that sort of thing. Still, very, very much legit. The man was legit, and so were we. But, you know, now we just have to shoot for 420 OJ points before the server closes, and we will be good to go. So, you know, hope you guys enjoy watching that as much as I did. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye. The man did it again. GG's, man. GG's.